I'm sure by now you have seen the headlines flying around. The federal government has a new plan to introduce a 15% import tariff on petrol. Sounds fancy, Abby, but here's the catch. If this policy sails through, Nigerians might just end up paying an extra 973.6 billion naira every year on fuel imports. So before you scroll past this, let's talk about what that really means. Because as usual, when policies like this drop, the question is, who is really paying the price? Okay. According to a report by the Pod, which analyzed petrol import trends obtained from the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Nigeria imported an average of 26.75 billion litres of petrol daily between January and September 2025. Now, based on the figures contained in a presidential approval letter for the 15% tariff, the import duty comes to about 99.72 naira per litre. Multiply that by 26.75 million litres imported daily, and you get roughly 2.67 billion naira per day, which sums up to a jaw-dropping 973.64 billion naira a year. Now, the government insists this policy is designed to boost local refining, generate more revenue, and stabilize the economy. But critics argue that, as usual, it's the citizens who will shoulder the burden through higher pump prices. Now, President Bola Tinubu on October 29th approved a 15% import tariff on petrol and diesel, a policy expected to raise the landing cost of imported fuel. Speaking on Channels Television's TUC Alpha, the president of the Trade Union Congress TUC, Festus Osifo, warned that the 15% import duty could worsen living conditions and drive up inflation, especially since Nigeria still imports about 70% of its petrol needs. Now, Osifo told channels that while the government's justification may be to protect local refineries, its immediate effect will likely be felt by everyday Nigerians. He also questioned whether the duty would apply strictly to importers bringing in petrol from abroad or even to those operating in Nigeria's free trade zones, calling for clear guidance and proper stakeholder consultation before implementation. However, not everyone's opposed to the move. In an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria, Mike Satuyi, former National Operations Controller of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, commended President Tinubu for the approval. Satuyi argued that the tariff would encourage competition, protect domestic refineries, and attract investment into the downstream sector. He added that the policy could help create jobs, increase revenue for all levels of government, and stabilize the naira, describing it as a step towards strengthening Nigeria's energy independence. So guys, here we are again, between protecting local industries and protecting the pockets of ordinary citizens. The government calls it reform, Labour calls it pressure, but at the end of the day, it's us that feel it first, at the pump, in transport fares, and at the market stalls. Not to mention, we are in the Omble festival season. So will this tariff truly build a self-sufficient oil economy or just stretch the people a little bit more? What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comment section below. And that's all for this week on So This Happened. I'm Margaret Osazua. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of what's buzzing online. See you next time. Bye.